Welcome to the Friday, December 20th edition of the Day Weather Podcast. Thanks for listening, especially with the fact that there's not much weather going on. And speaking of that, going over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house today through Monday, anywhere across Wyoming, Colorado, or western Nebraska is just not going to be a problem. Yes, there'll be windy areas. We'll still have those spots where the winds will get strong and those spots where there'll be a little bit of blowing snow across the road. This will be especially true in parts of Wyoming along I-80 and I-25. Otherwise, we have a great stretch of weather coming. If you have to travel or be outdoors, high pressure will be overhead. Temperatures are going to be a bit above average, many areas making it into the 40s and 50s. Now, we do expect a change in the weather around Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It's not going to be a big change. We're not expecting a major snow event, but there's going to be a California storm moving onshore this weekend, and a part of that storm will break off and come up through the Four Corners region, then will drift northeastward across Colorado, Utah, and into Wyoming sometime in that Christmas Eve, Christmas Day time frame. This will produce a shot of snow to the high country. So if you're headed to the hills for the holidays, for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, you are going to see a good chance of snow. On the plains, there'll be some light snow shower activity as well. We think that it'll be mainly the western slope of Colorado, the central and western areas of Wyoming, and a few southern areas of Wyoming, maybe into the Panhandle, Nebraska. We'll get some spotty areas of light snow or snow showers late Tuesday into Wednesday. Also colder temperatures. But today through Monday, it's a completely dry forecast. Beyond Christmas Day, the computer models are a disaster. We continue to have a wide variety of different solutions on what will happen the weekend after Christmas. All computer models are built differently. We talk about using the European model, the U.S. model, the Canadian model, the Japanese model. You may ask, why would they all have different results with the weather when they're all trying to forecast off the same weather data sets? Well, that's a good question. All the computer models are built a little bit differently. They handle the physics of the atmosphere, and the equations they use to predict the weather over time are all a little bit different. Also, they represent the topography of the Earth a little bit differently. The rocks, the ice, the water, the trees, all of those things, as well as the changes in elevation, have to be factored in because the topography interacts with the atmosphere. And so each computer model treats the way the weather should behave differently. So that's why you get a wide variety of solutions. You have a higher confidence in a weather forecast when the different model suites tell you a similar story. They don't have to be exactly the same, but you want them to tell a similar story. The stories don't have to be exactly the same, but they should represent the atmosphere in a similar fashion to give you a higher confidence level of a forecast beyond 5 days. Most of our computer models go out to 10 days. Some go out to 15 days. We're very confident for the first 5 days. It's always that preceding 5 to 10 days in the forecast that you want a little more agreement. And what we're seeing, and we've seen this all week, we have seen a wide change and a wide variation of what the weather forecast models want to do after Christmas and into the New Year's. 1 minute, they're talking about a shot of Arctic air. The next minute, they're talking about a shot of Pacific air. Literally, we have some forecasts that are extremely cold and snowy for the weekend after Christmas into the New Year. We have some that are downright balmy and dry. So this leads to extremely low forecast confidence as we look out 10 to 15 days from now. And I always warn folks, for those of you that like to use your phone apps and your phone app that goes out to 10 to 15 days, you just got to use with extreme caution, because really beyond 5 days, the weather could go from one extreme to the other based on the forecast changing. And one thing to also remember, your phone app, your weather forecast that you get on your phone is based on just one computer model, not a combination of the 4 to 5 models that we use. So your phone app may pick a model to use that might be right or might be wildly wrong 10 to 15 days out. So We have very little confidence in telling you what's going to happen after Christmas. Hopefully, when we talk to you again on Monday, we'll have a better idea. The only thing we can say is that do expect Christmas week to bring some changes. It'll be a little bit cooler. We've got that little bit of a chance of light snow coming late Tuesday into Wednesday. Whether or not we've got snow in our future and cold weather coming our way for the weekend after Christmas, well, stay tuned. We'll have a much better idea on Monday. I think by then the models will sort themselves out. Otherwise, be extremely cautious in looking at long-range forecasts past 5 days between now and through the weekend. Traveling will be very good, about as good as it can get in the middle of December here for the next 4 days. Have a great weekend. Talk to you on Monday.